In one country, the cost of living is up almost 70%. That's almost double. Can you imagine the devastation that has caused to people's lives? Just awful, awful devastation. And it's going to do the same thing in the United States. Inflation can be a lot lower than 70%, as you know, and still cause devastation to a wide swath of a population. Hey, empowered investors, welcome to episode 1852. And yes, you can make fun of my new haircut. If you're watching me on video, you know, I departed from my usual Great Clips haircut visit. And instead of paying $15, I paid $45 and got a good haircut. But I don't know if this is so good. They took a lot off. I mean, where's my hair? But it actually does look a little better because there's not much to work with. And oddly, when your hair is shorter, it sort of looks fuller in a way. I don't know. You know why? Because everybody's mind automatically asks the question when looking at something, compared to what? Life's most important question, the Jason Hartman question, compared to what? There you go. So when you're losing your hair, if your hair is shorter, it actually looks fuller. It's a paradox. Yes, it is a paradox. But anyway, yeah, I don't know if I'll pay $45 again. May not be worth it. Not sure. But what do we have today? So today we have a bunch of exciting stuff on tap for you. And we will start with the quote for the day. You've probably heard this before from me. Income property is the most historically proven asset class in the world. In fact, I usually say it a little differently, but for this social media meme, I said it this way. Income property is the most historically proven asset class in the world. And I really challenge anybody to challenge me on that because it is true. In fact, if you look at the past few months, you'll notice that income property is far and away the best performing asset class in the entire world. I mean, compared to what? Stocks, bonds, cryptocurrencies? There just ain't nothing that comes close. The only time you can beat it is with a great business success story. A business could outperform income property, but again, highly volatile, highly risky, and demands tons of attention. Businesses are very needy creatures for sure, but I like it. Maybe I'm a glutton for punishment. So this cute dog that you see on the screen went to Dallas with me recently, and I did a couple of speeches there. Actually, I did 3 of them, and one of them we're going to share with you today. So here she is, waiting for the plane at the airport, and we go to Dallas, do this speech. Now, we edited this one down. Ashley took a knife to this reel and edited it way down so we're not so redundant. And we just got the main points of the speech. The rest of it is on the cutting room floor, or actually, I guess it's in Ashley's computer today as it goes. Okay, so inflation, the topic of, I was going to say the year. It's really the topic of our lifetimes. And I mentioned this, I think, last week, but here's the article on it. Can you imagine if you lived in Turkey? Turkey's a pretty developed economy. It's not a backward country totally in every way. In some ways, I think it is a bit. Of course, they've got this dictatorial tyrant running the place, Erdogan. What's his name? Erdogan? Yeah. I guess he's still there, right? Unless I'm out of date on this. But inflation has run rampant. In one country, the cost of living is up almost 70%. That's almost double. Can you imagine the devastation that has caused to people's lives? Just awful devastation. And it's going to do the same thing in the United States. Inflation can be a lot lower than 70%, as you know, and still cause devastation to a wide swath of a population in any given country. And that's what's happening in the US. Gasoline prices are absolutely out of control. Absolutely out of control. Look at this in Turkey, right? Like many other countries, Turkey is facing rising inflation caused by factors such as the pandemic and the war in Ukraine. I really don't like the way they call that, the war in Ukraine. They should call it the invasion of Ukraine, because that's what it is. Unlike other countries, Turkey has responded by cutting interest rates, not raising them. That's interesting. Mostly, as we're doing here in the US, they raise rates to try and cool the economy, but in Turkey they've done the opposite. And the result has been what one analyst calls a spectacular failure, quote unquote. Official figures released Thursday show that the inflation rate has soared to 70% in April, with the cost of food and non-alcoholic drinks up 89%. So that's the overall inflation rate of 70% for cost of living. But food and non-alcoholic drinks, the necessities, up 89%, and prices of transportation sector up 105.9%. So we'll call it 106%. This is just unbelievable. Unbelievable. And in the US, we're not terribly far away from that. But I'll tell you, as the inflation pandemic, which really is what it is, it's an inflation pandemic, certainly a word we've all become familiar with over the last couple of years, hits the world, the US will be better off than probably any other country on earth. Boy, we're going to talk about this tomorrow. We've got our Empowered Investor Pro. By the way, we changed the name of this. Used to be called the Inner Circle. We wanted to shorten it, make it a little more catchy. So we called it Empowered Investor Pro. We changed the name. First Tuesday of every month, we have a Zoom meeting with our members. And that is tomorrow night. If you're not a member, go to empoweredinvestor.com and join us, because we'd love to have you. On the agenda for tomorrow, I'm going to answer questions and respond to any needs for assistance with people's property portfolios. We've got a new lender, a guest to EI Pro, who's going to talk about some unique angles on the mortgage market and answer questions. We're going to talk about getting business credit for your LLCs. This can be a way to not impact your FICO score, but get a lot of additional credit that you can use to buy wholesale properties, for down payments on long-term buy and hold, cash flow hold properties. Our investment counseling team will be on hand to discuss the changing market. And we have a bonus Zoom meeting for the folks that attended our Jacksonville event just about 2 weeks ago. We've got a bonus Zoom meeting on Wednesday. So be sure to look for an email on that. If you attended our Jacksonville meeting, we're going to talk about tech, and our Empowered Investor Pro members are invited to that as well. We're going to talk about some cool real estate tech that allows you to find motivated sellers. Again, this is for people who want more hands-on approach to investing, less passive approach, and who want to get in there and create a business out of investing or a side hustle, and potentially become partners with us, where you can sell properties through our network and make some very handsome profits on that. By the way, I'm almost wondering if that's a politically incorrect thing to say. Handsome profits. Are the PC trolls out there on that one? Handsome usually refers to males. What about beautiful profits? Okay, what about non-binary profits? I don't know. I don't know how to say it, folks. Pardon my ignorance. So go to jasonhartman.com/ask and correct my ignorance on that one. Okay, so another inflationary pressure in the wings here, and that is the unemployment rate and the labor force participation rates. You probably know already, but companies, businesses are desperate to hire people. Now, it's interesting because we have some cross currents here, and we have some big tech companies. These are these overfunded companies that really didn't have a real business in most cases, announcing hiring freezes, and in some cases, even announcing layoffs. So, if you're looking to hire tech people like I am for my software company, Real Estate Tools and Property Tracker, might be a better time. Finally, there will be some relief, maybe, and you'll be able to hire some people. But overall, the job market is super, super tight. Look at this chart. If you're looking on video, this is US job openings remained remarkably strong in April, indicating a persistent tightness in the labor market. Yes, companies desperate to hire people, and unemployment rate extremely low, labor force participation rate. It's just showing incredible, incredible tightness on every aspect. Here's another chart showing the ratio of unemployed workers to job openings, right? So how many job openings are there and how many unemployed workers are there? Well, not many, okay? Lots of job openings, not many people who are unemployed able to take advantage of those job openings. Here's another chart about the dollar, and this really is a compared to what question, if there ever was a compared to what question. Because for all of those doom and gloomers out there talking about the dollar losing its reserve currency status, the dollar declining. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Peter Schiff, and the others. You've just absolutely been so wrong, wrong, wrong. We need to point that out with punctuation. Wrong, wrong. Yeah, you've been so wrong about the dollar. And I've been so right about the dollar. Yes, I have, because it's all relative, folks. It's all relative. That's the thing. This is all a compared to what issue. And the dollar strength is answering the question compared to what? Compared to the yen, the euro, the peso, the Brazilian real, what? Compared to what? What other currency is going to do better than the dollar? The ruble? I mean, folks, this is only a compared to what question. That's all it ever is. All fiat currencies are nothing but a race to the bottom. No question about that. But when you have the reserve currency, and the biggest brand the world has ever known, the American brand, is the biggest brand of all time, certainly bigger than Coca-Cola or any other brand, or bigger than Disney, bigger than whatever, right? The America brand, and that is a brand, and the largest military the world has ever known, you're going to keep that reserve currency status come hell or high water. And that's just the way it is. And it's not going away anytime soon. Okay, our raffle winners, our giveaway winners for last week, we've got YouTube commenter Brooklyn Soccer. Brooklyn Soccer, you've won a $50 Amazon gift card. The comment was, love content and delivery, Jason. Good stuff that makes you think wider for sure. Could you do a feature episode on rent control localities as compared to historical housing supply? Brooklyn Soccer, that's a good question, a good idea. So thank you for that comment, and we will look into that. I love your ideas. This is how we get ideas for future segments, future content, so keep them coming. And by the way, always go to jasonhartman.com/ask with any questions you have, any comments you have, any feedback you have, and also you go to the same place to claim your prize. Okay, for the Apple Podcast review, $50 Amazon gift card winner for the week. Interested in real estate? Subscribe now. Jason does an incredible job explaining the benefits and strategies associated with real estate investing. And this handle is eTrain7273. eTrain7273. You are a winner. Go to jasonhartman.com/ask. Okay, let's get to the abridged version of my speech recently in Plano,